Thank you so much, Gwen. It's such an honor to be here. And I am going to go ahead and share my screen because we put together some slides to share with all of you this morning. Wonderful. Well, good morning, and thank you all for welcoming me and Bright Promises Foundation to join you to kick off the last day of the Illinois Afterschool Network Annual Conference. As Gwen said, my name is Catherine, and I'm here today representing Bright Promises Foundation. Bright Promises is a public foundation serving children and families in Illinois. Our mission is to identify, fund, and share solutions to the most urgent, under-recognized needs of children and youth. We want to extend our sincere thanks to Gwen and the entire team at the Illinois Afterschool Network for their years of valued partnership and for inviting us to be here today with all of you. I'm excited to share with you today the Bright Communities SEL Resource Hub and spotlight how this tool can enhance your organization's ability to support the development of foundational social and emotional skills, especially in Black, Latinx, and immigrant children and youth, with no additional cost to you or your agency. The Bright Communities SEL Resource Hub is a new website dedicated to providing parents, caregivers, educators, and service providers with engaging and free social emotional learning resources. These resources are proven effective for supporting the mental health and development of important life skills in children and youth. The goal of this website is to ensure that SEL tools and resources are easily available and accessible from homes, classrooms, agencies, and community organizations across Illinois. Throughout the Bright Communities SEL Resource Hub, you will find resources in English and Spanish that support SEL skill development for children, youth, and adults. The Bright Communities SEL Resource Hub was developed through a multi-year collaborative that included 5 institutions that are leading experts in the field of SEL: Illinois Afterschool Network, Changing Children's Worlds Foundation, Enlace Chicago, SEL, and Tuesday's Child. So I want to name the elephant in the room a little bit. You may be asking yourself, why is a foundation leading this work? For 155 years, since our founding in 1869, Bright Promises has been committed to advancing innovative social services for children and youth. And today, we are committing ourselves to uncovering the innovations that we know are taking place at each and every one of your organizations, capturing those promising practices and sharing them widely so that more children, youth, and communities can benefit. At Bright Promises Foundation, we are committed to upholding a trust-based approach that centers relationships and engages our grantee partners as authentic partners in the work. Therefore, we view it as our responsibility to provide both the financial resources and capacity building support that allows our grantee partners to share their expertise and knowledge of effective strategies and models. This commitment is best embodied by the collaborative effort that led to the Bright Communities SEL Resource Hub. In 2016, Bright Promises Foundation launched our initiative to increase parent and caregiver engagement in children's social and emotional learning. Just 4 years later, we never could have anticipated how urgent and essential this initiative would become, as our children and youth experienced a collective trauma so potentially damaging to their social, emotional, and mental health in the long term, it can still only be described as unprecedented. During this time of turmoil and unknowns, one thing was for certain. Bright Promises and our partners recognized a pressing need to make SEL tools and training information more accessible to parents, caregivers, and professionals. While this lack is universal, there is a strong need identified of a lack of sufficient, qualified, acceptable, and tailored SEL services in Black, Latinx, and immigrant communities, which is exactly the communities that the Bright Communities SEL Resource Hub intends to support. In developing the Bright Communities SEL Resource Hub, Bright Promises and our community partners adopted multiple theories to develop the structure of the site and resources. These theories help to build a common understanding of how each partner would co-create and engage in a collective process that challenges current systems of oppression and segregation. A cultural wealth framework was employed, which is based on the recognition of parents and children's cultural wealth and social capitals. This framework challenges the current cultural deficits that our educational system has adopted to explain and respond to issues related to educational attainment in low-income Black, Latinx, and immigrant communities. This aligns with the humanization framework that promotes parents, caregivers, and professionals' knowledge and love of self-solidarity and self-determination, and its impact on the social-emotional health of children and families. These frameworks are in alignment with the systems theory that recognizes that systems impact one another and individuals exist within ecosystems of families and communities. And Vygotsky's theory, which teaches us that children and adults construct their knowledge through collaboration, experience, and play. Through this collaborative process, Bright Promises and our partners examined and interrogated the SEL structures and understandings that have framed support for Black, Latinx, and immigrant communities, and that perpetuate the framework of cultural deficit, which is deeply internalized by communities, taking a toll on their social emotional well-being. To develop the Bright Communities SEL Resource Hub, Bright Promises and our partners first invited service providers to reflect on what supports would strengthen their current SEL work and what would build their capacity to expand sustainable SEL support to a broader community of families. Unanimously, these service providers responded that the most pressing need was for public resources to help parents, caregivers, and service providers support children and youth social and emotional skill development. Next, a survey was fielded to hundreds of parents and caregivers, asking them to identify what areas of social emotional skill building they required greater knowledge and support. Based on these survey responses, 5 core areas of social emotional skill development were established for the site. These 5 core areas align with the collaborative of academic, social, and emotional learning's core SEL competency. Those 5 areas are increasing self-awareness, compassion, and confidence, reinforcing positive behavior, building healthy relationships, resolving conflict, and encouraging children's ability to learn. Tools and resources were then collected from leading community organizations and trusted local experts, and curated by Bright Promises into the Bright Communities SEL Resource Hub. On the Bright Communities SEL Resource Hub, the first and most important thing that you will encounter is the library of resources organized by the social emotional skills these resources help to support and develop. Also featured on the site is a calendar of upcoming SEL events, a directory of local organizations providing high-quality SEL programming, and a survey where users can provide feedback and help us to continue to improve this hub. The site can be accessed on desktop or mobile, and no login or registration is required. Every tool on the Bright Communities SEL Resource Hub is free and available to be accessed and shared an unlimited number of times. To navigate to the Bright Communities SEL Resource Hub, you can go directly to www.brightpromises.org/bright-communities or proceed to the homepage of our website. Then select Learnings and Impact and scroll down until you see the button to enter the Bright Communities website. Click or tap the button and the Bright Communities will open in the current tab. Another core strategy to the success of this project is to expand support for opportunities to bring social and emotional learning to populations that do not have access to programs, providing parent training that empowers parents and caregivers to be leaders in advancing SEL in their community. Last year, Bright Promises and our partners hosted our first ever SEL at Home parent convening, where parent leaders from across the state gathered to increase their SEL skills and knowledge. This year, Bright Promises and our partners are planning a series of community-based events that center cultural competency and awareness in delivering SEL trainings and workshops, especially to parents and caregivers. We invite all of you to explore the Bright Communities SEL Resource Hub and discover all of the different tools and resources that can help you, your staff, and the parents and caregivers that you serve to develop the social and emotional skills that help children and adults thrive. We ask you to please share your feedback so that we can continue to improve this resource. Last and most importantly, our hope is that you will share this site again and again as a resource for you and the children and families you serve, as you celebrate your authentic selves and navigate the many ways our emotions and relationship building show up. Please share the resources and help expand and strengthen SEL development, positive relationships, and spark joy within the families and communities that we serve. At this time, I'd like to invite you to come off of mute, and invite any questions, ideas, or suggestions that you may have. Thank you all again. It was such a pleasure to join you all, and I appreciate your time and attention this morning. As you have an opportunity to explore the site, we look forward to hearing about your experience and receiving your feedback on the Bright Communities SEL Resource Hub. And we appreciate your support in sharing this important tool with your networks. In closing, on behalf of everyone at Bright Promises Foundation, I want to share a heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you for the important and impactful work that you do. It is truly an honor and a privilege to have had the opportunity to share space with you today. Thank you all so much.